Hi, amazing ladies. Welcome back to Transform Yourself, the podcast that is about empowering you to shed your stubborn pounds and embrace your best self. We are your hosts, Kacy and Tyler. You know me as the Calorie Deficit Queen. We use the 4 M's of fitness: mind shift, meal shift, micro habits, and muscle building to create sustainable approach to weight loss. We have lost a collective 130 pounds. We've kept it off for 4 years. I've been saying 3 years, but I really think it's closer to 4 years because I did the math in my head the other day and I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not 3 anymore. It's 4.
It's many years. Many years.
Many years. We should maybe just say many, and then I'll have to stop doing math, right?
Well, and here's the thing. It's changing.
It is changing.
That's always going to get more. And you've lost, you recently lost 20. I'm currently trying to lose some more.
Right.
So like that number is even changing. So
that is true. That is true also. But
anyways,
the number, I have to do it. I will be the first to admit, yes, we've lost over 100 pounds. Maybe we should say that, over 100 pounds for many years. Keep it vague.
We lost, maybe we've lost, I don't know. Like what could you say instead of 100 pounds? What's more fun to say than 100 pounds?
The weight of a baby elephant. I don't
What's
know.
A baby elephant weigh?
Great question. I'll have to look that up. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
So whether you're a fitness enthusiast or a beginner, maybe you're curious about just making some positive changes in your life, well, then Transform Yourself is your go-to source for information, inspiration, and a good dose of motivation. So today we're going to talk about something that could be the reason you're stuck in a fat loss plateau, or you're stuck and you can't even lose any fat. I am going to expose the sneaky calories. I'm going to expose the sneaky calories.
It's like a 2020 expose.
Yes. They're little bites.
We're going to take them down.
We are. Those extra splashes, those innocent looking additions that you don't even realize are adding up, all of those count. They all count. And today I'm going to expose all of them. So if you're wondering why the scale is not budging, then let's dive in.
Or if you're a person who normally has it kind of dialed in, why is it going up? Like what's the deal here? I haven't changed anything. It's like, well,
how dialed in do you have it?
Yeah, exactly. Because it is, when you really stop to think about it, man, that is, in modern American culture, like it is everywhere. It is hard. It's hard not to.
It's hard not to let calories sneak into your life. This is correct. It is very hard.
I just left Costco. That would be an interesting idea for maybe a podcast or a video or something. How many calories could you consume going to Costco on a Saturday afternoon?
Oh, I should do that.
That's a great idea. I'm so good.
I should go around and collect 4, 5, 6 different samples, not eat them, come home and measure them for grams,
and then figure out
exactly how many calories that would be. Ooh, that is a good one.
God, I'm so good.
So good. So good. So y'all stay tuned for that Instagram video that
just popped in my head because I came back from Costco.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, because I just came back from Costco literally an hour ago.
Did you have any samples while you were there?
No, it was a madhouse.
He texted me while he was in Costco, and he said,
"I'd rather take an ass whipping than be here right now because I know you thrive on the like Black Friday-esque of Sunday afternoon.
When a store
shopping.
is busy, I find it like
I hate it.
I find it like it's a challenge, and I'm in a game.
I'm mad. I get mad because everyone's like stepping. Because as a middle-aged white male, no one's going to get out of my way. No, everyone's cutting in front of me, pushing me out of the way.
Everyone gets out of my way, or I'll push them out of my way.
Well,
I don't really push anybody. I don't. But in my mind,
I get it, but it's not. It's not a playing field I want to be a part of.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna make it to that cooler before you do.
I want to go on give me a Wednesday afternoon. All day. No, not a problem. But when you go there and there's the line is literally going, there's 3 lines going halfway across the building.
This is true.
And
our Costco, I mean, this
gigantic.
might be true at everybody's Costco, but
absolutely, I'm sure it's true.
Yeah, that's a zillion-dollar business. Let's get into those sneaky calories. Okay, pitfall number 1 is your morning coffee, period. So let's start with coffee, because if you're like me, coffee is life. Let me ask you, are you actually measuring your coffee creamer? Are you? Really? Are you measuring your coffee creamer? Or are you're
putting a goosh
wildly free pouring it, right?
Like you think you're Emerald Lagasse and you're just going to know. I couldn't know. I drink my coffee black, but there's no way I could dump in whatever and have a clue.
Maybe you're just dumping your creamer into your cup every morning like it's a free ingredient.
Yeah.
But I hate to break it to you, that is not free. It is probably an easy 50 to 100 calories untracked right there, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah. Per cup,
and if you have more than one cup, that's like 200 sneaky calories, right? And that's even before you eat breakfast, because that's the first thing you do in the morning, right? Coffee. So,
and those are calories that you're not even going to. I know you enjoy it.
I take that back. I enjoy every ounce of my coffee.
I guess what the point I'm trying to get at is those calories that you're paying for in terms of like your daily budget, if you will. They don't last very long. They provide no satiation towards hunger, is what I'm trying to say.
They provide
enjoyment,
super satisfaction,
and I get
enjoyment.
that.
Yes.
And I get that. And like, I'm not trying to say you should take that away from people. It's just if you're going to eat an extra 200 calories,
that's true.
You're not getting.
I do always say still. I like to eat my calories in lieu of drinking them. That's exactly what I'm trying to get at. But this is why that brings me. That's a great point. It's why I try to keep my coffee calories to around 60 calories and below every day. Like, I allot myself about 60 calories worth of just stuff that I put in my coffee. So let me tell you what I put in my coffee every single day, because I know everybody always asks me that question and y'all are curious. So here we go. So I put in 2 tablespoons of creamer. I use a sugar-free International Delight creamer. Coconut is my go-to flavor right now. I put in 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup, the ones that I get from like Marshall's. They're like caramel flavored. Those have 0 calories. And then I put in 1/3 cup of cashew milk, which is right around 8 calories. The coffee itself is right around 2 or 3 calories. So the entire coffee is 40 calories per cup. And I know exactly what's going into my body. I do eliminate that sugar-free creamer for my second cup, and I just put in the sugar-free syrup and the cashew milk in my second cup. So that eliminates those 30 calories. That gives me an extra 10 calories for that cup. So right now, with my 2 cups a day, I am consuming 50 calories per day with my 2 cups of coffee. I tried real hard. I did. I tried so hard to just drink 1 cup. But it didn't last long for me.
Yeah, it didn't. It never does.
It didn't last. I had to go back to 2 cups. I was like, I really want my second cup of coffee. I drink 1 cup before I go to the gym. And then when I get home from the gym, I drink my second cup of coffee. And that is such a luxury. I love coffee a lot. It is a luxury to me. It's something I love and I don't want to give up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick to my 2 cups of coffee. And by the way, if you have not tried, if you also are a coffee lover like me, and you have not tried a Nespresso machine, I get it. They're kind of expensive, yes, but worth every dime. I mean, awesome. My coffee game has like risen to the next level, and I love my coffee even more now. Didn't think I could love coffee anymore, but now my coffee is better than
I really do enjoy our coffee way more.
Any coffee I can get on vacation, any coffee I can get at a specialty coffee shop, like I really enjoy my Nespresso at home.
Not an ad, but I agree.
They do not pay us anything to say that.
No, they're just...
I wish they did, because, those pods are expensive, but...
Well, they've already got an influencer. His name's George Clooney, so...
Oh, is he an Nespresso guy? Yeah?
He's the spokesperson for Nespresso.
Oh, I'm far from George, so... All right.
Thank God. I'm the silver-haired fox here. I don't need
You are. You are my silver-haired fox.
And I would also say, for the people who are like, Kacy... It's only 50 calories. Like why?
Why do I have to count it?
Well, it's not the one. It's not the Monday cup. It's the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday cup.
Right.
Rinse and repeat that you're adding in. Those are calories that you're not accounting for. And if you're already on the edge of surplus or deficit, or somewhere in that in that ballpark, that's an easy way to push yourself over considerably. I mean, that's over a week. It's almost 2,000 calories. Well, it's 1,400.
50 times 7.
But you're drinking 2 cups. Or is it 50 for 2 cups?
That's 350 calories.
Okay. Well, anyway, the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I'm not a mathematician.
We already know you don't do math on this podcast.
Yeah, I can't. I do it in Excel. I don't do it in my head. All right. The point is they're not accounted for, and you're not thinking about them, and you don't get any satiation from it. So you're just going to keep pounding. It's just going to keep you from getting your goals. And that's going to be a theme, I think, through all these examples.
Yes. So I ask you just to be honest with yourself. Are you measuring your coffee creamers, or are you sabotaging yourself before 8 a.m.? And just FYI, like I really, honestly, every single day I get a tablespoon out and I actually measure my coffee creamer with a tablespoon every single morning. And I have been doing that for years. And when I go on vacations, I take a tablespoon and throw it in my purse so that I can measure my coffee creamer on vacation. I know that sounds insane, but I've been doing it for years, and it's just a habit that I am not willing to change.
And I guarantee right now, if I go look in the giant chasm of your purse, there's one in there.
Probably.
I promise you. I've seen them.
It's good to keep a tablespoon with you. You never know.
You never know if you got to weigh something out. Yeah.
Measure something,
yeah, and
right?
also, what's the first thing you ask me if I bring you an unsolicited cup of coffee in the morning?
I ask you what you've put in it and if you've measured it.
Yes, every single time.
And yes, but
So
he knows.
I'm trained like a good little boy to make sure I weigh it out or I scoop it out right. I'm
Correct.
I'm not
He
dumping.
knows my order,
and sometimes there's times where you're like, you take a sip and you're like, did you really? You're like, yes, I swear to God I did it.
I like to make sure everything is measured accurately.
Yes.
So I do appreciate you bringing me coffee. That's really sweet.
Well, your coffee order's gotten significantly more complicated.
Okay. Sneaky calorie pitfall number 2. We've talked about this a lot lately, but we're going to just mention it again. The cooking oil trap. So listen.
This was not even that sneaky, really.
If you're freely pouring oil into your pan every time you cook, I need you to stop what you're doing and need you to pay attention. 1 tablespoon of oil, olive oil. That's the one most frequently used by most of my clients, right? 120 calories. 120 calories per tablespoon. And let's be real, who stops at just 1 tablespoon? If you are...
It's a glug.
Right? You're sauteing some vegetables, 120 calories. You cook some chicken later, another 120 calories. So
that adds up really quick.
That's just a meal, right? The chicken and the vegetables. So like your healthy dinner just got an extra 250 calories worth of oil in a bath.
Yes.
Your food took a bath in 250 calories and then you consumed it.
Yeah. And it's not, and we're not trying to say olive oil is unhealthy.
Definitely not trying to say that.
I totally understand. It is a healthy fat. Healthy fats are good. I love healthy. I love unhealthy fats.
Right? You can overconsume them.
Yes, it's that we're talking
you have to be
purely
aware.
about calories.
That's right. And we're talking about you being aware of calories. So what you should do, and I suggest this to all clients, is use spray oil. It tastes the same. It has the same cooking benefits, but nearly 0 calories. I count it as 0 calories.
Yeah.
Totally fine if you do too. No one wants their fat loss efforts derailed by invisible oil calories. Mm-hmm. We are not here for that. So just FYI, swap it out.
It really it makes me think about going to, as a kid, going to a restaurant with my parents, and we go to Johnny Carino's.
Okay.
And that was an Italian place in the 90s. And I remember getting the bread and oil every single time and having multiple rounds of it.
Okay.
And it was like focaccia bread and oil with herbs. And
I don't think I've ever been to a Johnny Carino's.
It was good. It needs to make a comeback like Chili's is. It was good.
Okay.
I remember really enjoying it.
Okay.
And to think you're eating a meal, good God, you're eating probably no less than a 700 calorie meal. And that's probably on the low end. And then you're dunking heavy bread into oil.
Yeah.
And you're and just soaking it up like a sponge. And,
right.
And it was delicious. I loved every second of it, but holy crap, I never for once considered just the oil
alone.
I was probably consuming 500 calories worth of olive oil in a meal.
Yeah. I mean, it's
it was delicious calories.
Delicious, but they're sneaky, and they will add up fast. Or y'all, listen, here's the deal. Also, if I run out of spray oil, which happens every once in a while, and I'm not going to the store at that moment, I will still cook my vegetables with no oil. Oh my gosh. Did she just say that? Yes, I did. No oil is your vegetables will still cook. Yeah. There's water inside your vegetables, y'all. They will still wilt in your pan correctly, and you put some seasoning on those. You're going to anyways. It's you are not, when you are eating them, you are not going to notice a difference.
Yeah. I mean, if you really had to, you could put a little bit in the pan and then take a paper towel and then just spread it in the pan to thin it out and get most of it out.
Oh, the liquid oil?
Yeah. Like
that's true.
That would be a way in, like, obviously you are like in very uncharted territory for calculating that. But if you had to, that's a better option than just a glug.
This is true. Sneaky calorie pitfall number 3 is kind of a big category here. It's really just the BLTs. I mean, I feel like I could do an entire podcast just on this. The BLT stands for bites, licks, and tastes. And I think it was coined at some point early in the Weight Watchers days. And now I feel like every fitness person uses the term BLT. We're not talking about the sandwich. I know that sounds good, but we're talking about just the bites, licks, and tastes that sneak into your day. So think about it. Like, you break off a tiny piece of your kid's cookie just to have a bite, right? Okay, yeah, 25 calories. You taste test your pasta that you're making twice because you want to make sure it tastes right? Okay, so there's 30 calories. You grab a small handful of shredded cheese while you're about to, put the pasta bake in the oven. There's 60 calories. You lick a peanut butter off the spoon, 80 calories. You pop a few grapes in while you're meal prepping. That's 35 calories. All of what I just said, that adds up to 230 untracked calories. Boom, right there. And that could easily...
That could break it. That could break you for the day.
Your calorie deficit right there. And you think each time that little tiny piece of cookie or the taste of what you're making for dinner, the lick of the peanut butter, the few grapes you pop into your mouth, those things you think don't matter, but they do.
The one doesn't. The one doesn't. It's doing it over and over and over and consistency works in both ways.
Yes.
Good consistency works to make you a better person, but having bad habits consistently also work the other direction.
Absolutely.
And anyone who's listening who has kids, there is not a meal that freaking goes by if you're not consciously aware of it, that you're not snagging to something.
Yes. And let me say this real quick. I think eliminating bites off of my kids' plates was one of the toughest parts of my own personal recent 20-pound weight loss that I just did. That was one of the things that I knew had to go, because it is something that I either do or I don't do. It's really hard for me to kind of do it, and so I have to get myself out of the habit. So I worked really hard on it, but let me tell you, that is a habit that is deeply ingrained in me. Yeah. And the entire time that we were at dinner for my, fat loss journey, so to speak, it was tough. I had to look at my kids eating their pizza or their French fries or tater tots or whatever it was we had on their plate. Mm-hmm. And yes, they don't eat exactly the same thing as we do. Sometimes they do. Sometimes we're eating rice and chicken and they're eating the exact same thing. And then there are some times where they're not eating the exact same thing. I am not a perfect mom by any means. I am a normal mom that still feeds her kids nuggets and dots, and that's okay. And so...
Yeah, we're not trying to put them on a diet. So.
Right, by any means. But, I mean, we have to really think about these BLTs. Like, if they have leftover fries at a restaurant, right? I mean, are we going to snag some of those from their plate instead of throwing them away? Are we going to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich for my kid and then lick the knife clean? I mean, are we going to make cookies for a bake sale for the kids for school or something, and then you're just going to try just one piece of cookie dough? That's it, right? Or maybe you're going to try samples at Costco, right? Like you're going to like, oh, I'm just going to have this sample. That sample's not going to add up. Or you're going to make lunches for your kids and you're going to snack on those things. Or
you're going to see someone at their desk.
Right? Or you're going to have a nightly bowl of cereal and you're going to pour that bowl of cereal, but you're not going to measure it and you're going to count it in your tracker as one bowl of cereal when really your portion size was more like 2 bowls of cereal. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are that adds up. That's sneaky. That you got to measure. Or maybe you're out at a restaurant and you have a tiny piece of bread with a little butter before dinner and you track your dinner as best you can, but you didn't really track that bread because it was just the thing that they brought out and you didn't track that, right? Yeah. So all of these things add up to hundreds of calories very, very quickly. And I can tell you without a doubt, when I stop myself from the BLTs, I can much easier get to my goal. Now, here's something that I do want to mention. I use a habit tracker for my clients sometimes. And in my next challenge, we are going to use a habit tracker. BLTs is a habit that I track. And you're like, wait, you track something you don't want to do? Yes, that is correct. So yes, you can track your steps for the day and be like, oh, I hit my 10,000 steps. Or yes, you can track your water for the day and yay, I drink 60 or 80 ounces of water a day. Great. But you know what you can also track? You can track what you don't do. You can track, did I make it a full 24 hours? Did I wake up and go to bed and not have a extra untracked bite lick or taste of food? I did. I wanted that today. Awesome. Ding, ding, ding. Give yourself a little star, give yourself a little smiley face, whatever it is, color in that little box and set yourself a goal. Set a goal. How many days out of a 30-day month are you going to go without BLTs? Is it going to be 20 of those 30 days? Is it going to be all 30 of those 30 days? How many days is it going to be? And track it.
Yeah.
And I promise you're going to be a lot more conscious of it if you start tracking it. And boy, is it going to make a big difference. And you will be like, wow, I had no idea.
It's a mind F.
Mind blowing.
It is mind blowing. I remember when, this whole journey started for us and that kind of entered my consciousness because of course, they're calories, but you just kind of don't think of it. You kind of jokingly think of they're free calories. But then once you really think about it and then you think, well, I made him a snack and I grabbed 3 pretzels, but I did that yesterday too. And the day before that,
Yep.
It's almost like once you have that realization, holy crap, it's a lot. It adds up really, really fast.
Absolutely.
It's almost like you've taken the red pill from the Matrix and you can't unsee it. You're like, oh my God, what? I'm undoing all my progress.
Right. Yes, exactly.
And then, not even enjoying it.
Right.
It's unconscious.
And because it's unconscious, this is why women come to me and they're like, I don't get it, Kacy. I don't get why I'm so stuck. I know I'm trying. Well, let's talk about things. Let's talk about coffee. Are you tracking that? Let's talk about, well.
Is that usually
so there's a lot of there's a lot of that happening whenever I have, client meetings.
Is that pretty typical in a client meeting where they're in a stuck? I mean, obviously people get stuck.
The BLTs are a big deal. Keeping that in the forefront of our mind and trying to make sure that we're very conscious of it can make or break somebody getting to their goal every time.
Yeah.
Every time. A few more ways that you might be overlooking sneaky calories. I want you to really think about the little add-ons. For example, you go to Chick-fil-A and you order a market salad. That's my favorite thing to order from Chick-fil-A. Love that thing. It's 200 and something calories, right? And I add a low-calorie dressing to it. I think their light balsamic is 80 calories for the packet. But it comes with a packet of seeds or nuts, and it comes with another packet of crispy things, and it
whatever.
comes with a nut. It comes with all those little packets. Okay, go ahead, add all those little packets on, but you've just doubled your calories of your salad. Period.
For real, if you go onto if you can just go on their app and you can toggle on those things on and off, and you can see what the difference is. They usually throw them in the bag anyway.
Yeah, even if you tell them not to throw it in the bag, they usually do. They're so programmed. They're in habit.
Yeah. It's like the little bag of sliced almonds. That's like 80 calories, and it's nothing.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, well, you're not missing anything.
It's
just
true.
Don't, just
It's true.
You know, if we're in the restaurant, I go put them, like they have a little thing near the trash can where you can put your unused stuff. Like I just go put them back.
Yeah.
Let someone else reuse it. Like I'm not gonna be part of that.
And even like that little Chick-fil-A sauce, y'all, that Chick-fil-A sauce,
Oh man,
it's 140 calories for
like
that little packet.
It's like a tablespoon and a half of sauce.
Yeah, 140 calories, people. And if
it might be worth it's pretty good.
It is good.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
It is delicious, but it's delicious because it's sugary.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's why it's delicious. But here's the deal. Like, if you really want some Chick-fil-A sauce, go make your own. I need to repost it. I posted it. Last time I posted it was probably a year ago.
Isn't it basically just mustard and barbecue sauce? Isn't it kind of all it is?
I mean, those are some components that
I know there's more
help
to it.
Create
Yeah.
your own. But yeah, it's you can make your own and make it really low calorie. So, you know, if you're at a restaurant and you're ordering a salad, order that salad dressing on the side because y'all, a restaurant drizzle of ranch can be like 300 calories. So again, sneaky, it is calories though. And another sneaky one that people do not like to track, alcohol. People hate, they're like, y'all,
people get mad about that.
Right? Like I'm going to have dinner with a glass of wine and then the glass of wine turns into 2 glasses of wine, but they don't track the wine at all. That's alcohol is calories, period. It needs to be tracked.
It's funny. So on this weekend, I went to a church event on Sunday morning, and I was sitting next to a guy, and we were all kind of talking about identity and stuff. And one of the things that he was talking about was gaining weight or losing weight. And
you didn't tell me this.
No, I didn't. I only talked about myself. Why would I talk about someone else? And he then he was either in like the next breath or like very shortly thereafter, he talked about like he drinks a lot of wine. And it was just like, well, my brother in Christ, like, like you can't, like that's the problem. And I know we have been all told since like 2001 that wine is super good for you, and that is like beyond it. Let's forget that's even a thing. I think that's so overblown.
100%.
And it's. I mean, I bet I can guarantee if you go back and trace whatever that study came from is paid for by some wine growers association or something like that. And it's like, but I firmly believe if you are trying to lose weight, alcohol has no place. Has no place because you get no benefit from it. It only takes away. It only makes it more difficult. And really, if you love it, wait for you to hit your goal and then celebrate.
Right.
You know, like. And
I'll be honest, the longer I abstain from alcohol, the more so I don't really even want it.
Yeah,
it's true.
Me too.
The older I get, I'm just like, yeah, I just don't have any. It just doesn't do it for me at all anymore, and I just don't see that it has a place in my life.
Yeah,
at this point.
Especially when drinking a Coke Zero too late makes you feel kind of hungover the next day. Like, I get
it. Right. So sad.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about how to stop sneaky calories from sabotaging your fat loss. So I've exposed the sneaky calorie traps, right? So how do we fix it? So number 1, there's going to be 3 little things I'm going to give you here. Number 1, I want you to measure and I want you to track everything. I want you to get a food scale. I want you to put it on your counter. I want it to live on your counter. Don't put it inside of a drawer where you don't see it. I want it to be on your counter. Name it if you have to, right? Lily, my little food scale. She's so cute.
Yeah.
So
it kind of irritates me that ours definitely lives on the counter.
Ours totally live on the counter.
If I
use
put it in
mine
the drawer,
daily.
It does not last in the drawer very long.
It pops right back out because I get it out.
It's like a little gremlin.
Measure everything, y'all. Measure the liquids that you put inside your coffee. Track your bites, even the small ones. Number 2, use smart swaps. Oil spray instead of pouring oil. 0 calorie sweeteners instead of sugar. Dressings on the side instead of on top of your salad at a restaurant. That kind of thing. And number 3, here's the biggest one of all. You have to be honest with yourself. I know that's hard, but your body does not care if it's just a bite. The calories, they count. So stop underestimating those portion sizes. If you are not losing weight and you think you are in a calorie deficit, something must be missing. And so it's about being a little detective and figuring out, what is it? Is something sneaking into my calories? And what is it? So if you're feeling stuck on your fat loss journey, that might be your missing piece. Sneaky calories. They are real, but you now know how to catch them. If you want more strategies, more accountability, maybe a game plan to crush your goals, I have ongoing group coaching. You can join the ongoing group coaching. It contains a series of mini challenges and I mix things up. And my next mini challenge starts April 7th. It's called Active April, but it doesn't mean you have to wait till that to join. You can join today. And when you join my group challenge, you get immediate access to my 42 video e-course on fat loss. I teach you mind shift, meal shift, micro habits, muscle building, comes with a workbook. You get immediate access to my on-demand library of strength workouts, immediate access to a recipe bundle, immediate access to a supportive community where I put tips and tricks every single day, and you get group Zoom calls with me. Y'all, you get everything you need. So if that's what you're looking for, check it out at thecaloriedeficitqueen.com. Go to the coaching tab, and right there's a icon for group coaching. Maybe you're looking for weight loss resources like low calorie cookbooks, or maybe you need to calculate your calorie deficit. You can find that as well at thecaloriedeficitqueen.com. And right now, I have my brunch book on sale, the low calorie brunch book. It has like 10 sweet recipes, 10 savory recipes. Easter is coming up. It's kind of like brunch time, right?
It's basically the Super Bowl of brunches.
It is. Yeah. Easter is the Super Bowl of brunches, right? So I have a coupon code for you ladies.
God, that's so funny. I don't know why.
Use brunch20, BRUNCH20 for 20% off of my brunch book. And again, that's at thecaloriedeficitqueen.com. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Transform Yourself. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review. We love those. Share the love. And until next time, keep shining, keep smiling, and keep transforming yourself.
Adios.